going to talk about is growing your business. Trust me, I know it's very hard to own a business. Whether you're just getting started or have been in the game for a while, your business can quickly take over your life, especially when you're getting started. You're the builder, the sales team, the accounting department, and the problem solver. Between bookkeeping, hiring, and organizing, acting as the head of all of your business's departments can be exhausting. I want to talk about that moment, though, where you realize that your business is doing well. Maybe you finally feel a moment of financial stability, or maybe you find yourself having a consistent customer base. Congratulations. If you're anything like me, I would be asking myself, wow, what's next? How do I keep this going? I want to perfect what I'm doing now to duplicate it in the future. How can you move from the startup phase to the growth phase of your business? What should your next moves be to scale your business and grow from doing well to thriving? Besides reading and investing in your own growth, here are some concrete recommendations that'll get you to this point to take the initiative to grow your business. The first thing you should know is that there is a tipping point where you need to hire more people. This can be a difficult realization because investing and expanding your team can be scary. Financially, you don't want to bite off more than you can chew when it comes to hiring employees. You also don't want to hire losers. You want to hire people with work ethic and intelligence. I always say hire intelligent communicators, great speakers, and smart people. But if the time is right, adding more superstar employees to your team will allow for more output and more revenue in the long run. Most of my recommendations for a growing business actually have to do with hiring more people. The same people that run a 5-figure company are not the same people that run a 7- and 8-figure company. They can physically be some of the same people, but there's a measured growth that must take place in order for them to meet the challenges of a growing business. Finding the right people that you can rely on and that have a passion for knowledge will ensure growth in the future and free up time for you to become an owner rather than a worker. The first position I recommend that you fill is a bookkeeper. In my experience, hiring someone to track your expenses, taxes, income, etc. is life-changing. Michael Hyatt, he's my business coach. He talks about this concept called a freedom compass in his book, Free to Focus. For most people, a bookkeeping job or accounting role would be classified as drudgery or at minimum a disinterest task. If you're not educated in accounting, then I would beg to say that you're not great at this role. It's a skill you can develop if needed, but it's probably not a good use of your time as an owner. In a separate Steel School video, we're going to discuss what your salary is and what that breaks down into an hourly rate. That's usually pretty eye-opening exercise for people to really know when it's time to hire more people. Having one person dedicated to this area of your business frees up a lot of time for you to manage your business and manage your business from a growth perspective. Before hiring someone to do my bookkeeping, I was finding that I would work full days and then I'd come home and then I'd do invoicing, bank reconciliations, and other organizational tasks that just were needed. I know a lot of small businesses work this way. It is necessary at first, but it's not sustainable and it's not efficient in the long term. Hiring someone in bookkeeping or a financial position should be the first thing you do when your business is growing, because this role will help eliminate unnecessary expenses as well as develop a process to receive the money your customers owe you in a timely manner. I promise this is not a hire that you will regret. In this role, these people are dedicated every day to saving you money. You, as much as you'd like to think that you're great at that, You have a million other things going on in your mind: project management, material ordering, job sheets for the concrete, whatever your scopes are, your mind is consumed with that. So finding someone that's dedicated, this is their sole role in your company, will truly be a cost benefit to you. The next person that I would hire would be an office manager, or a receptionist. You need this because you are the salesman for your business. So you need someone that's reliable, knowledgeable, to be able to answer the phones for you, handle your emails for you, greet customers if you have a storefront, and schedule appointments. This frees up your time to actually have customer interactions. If you can't afford or choose to not afford a full-time office manager, I would suggest also the possibility of a virtual assistant. A virtual assistant does all the same things as an office manager, except they won't answer your phone. You can hire a virtual assistant for a minimum of 5 hours a week to a maximum of full-time day, 40 hours a week. I personally have a virtual assistant. She's more with my two businesses, and then we also have a property development portion of our business too. She really handles me as a whole. We have receptionists for Bulldog, so they handle that. And then we have our sales team takes turns taking the phone calls. So the virtual assistant route is a better route for me. However, depending on how your business is structured, an office manager may be better. It's just going to clear up a lot of your day-to-day work. This is someone that's going to keep you organized. They may even be able to do a little bit of project management and order some of your materials, which frees up more of your time to focus more on sales. That leads me to the third role. The first two roles, especially the office manager, that's going to be a direct cost. So that will decrease your net income. The bookkeeper will handle should handle its own wages by reducing expenses and keeping the money flowing with accurate and prompt invoicing to your customers. But an office manager is a direct cost, and no one likes to hear that because their role is important, and it is an important role. But there's only two roles that generate income. One of those is sales. This role is important because there's only so many hours in the day, and you are only one person. You will stunt your growth if you do not invest in a solid sales team. Once you expand your sales team, then you would expand your marketing team. And we'll talk about that a little more in the next session. As far as sales, if you are hiring your very first salesperson, you want to really emphasize hiring someone with experience, and probably hiring someone with experience in your field. The reason for that is you as an owner are selling, but then you're also juggling all the other owner responsibilities. So hiring someone that is not experienced in your industry can pose a lot of problems and set both of you up for failure. You will not have the time to dedicate to improving this person's goals and helping them reach them because you are preoccupied with your own things. So the first sales hire that I would recommend is an experienced one. After that, that person can really help you build up the rest of your sales team. 5 salesmen also, it becomes a cycle, and we'll talk about that in a moment. Once you do expand your sales team, marketing and branding is the only thing that will help you while you sleep. It's the only thing. If you're sleeping and you have a blog or a newsletter or an infographic or a case study video, your customers are on Facebook or get an email from you, and guess what? They are insomniacs and they can't sleep at night, and the next morning you wake up and have a phone call. If you don't have content, you are having to work extra hard. The bottom line is that if your business is starting to shift into the growth phase, take advantage of this exciting opportunity, and don't be afraid to start delegating, which I can have a completely different Steel School topic on delegating, to work with more employees. I know Bulldog still would not be where it is today without our amazing team. Taking on more employees can be a scary investment at first, but it is a foundational step to scaling your business to new heights.